totally switching topics. Was there ever any more info on why Liv was chilling with MJF aside from because they was hanging out with Lana?
And Skylar asked him that. He is the one. He tweeted like, "I am the Forbidden Door." So it's just celebrities hanging out with.
But that, I mean,
why does she have her belt?
You said, why does she or doesn't she?
Did she in this like there's a bunch of pictures from this night?
Yes.
And one of the pictures, she's wearing her championship. Like
I'm assuming I don't know if Liv Morgan knows the next time she's going to be a champion. That belt is with her. That is a 24/7 title for her.
This is weird.
That's what they said the Ring of Honor championship is. Is it Jericho? Jericho the new R-Truth?
But wait, let's talk. Wait. So
maybe.
Wait, all right. So our chat offline was lit with word of Tony. The story came out and said that Tony Khan, he bought Ring of Honor because he heard that Vince McMahon was going to buy Ring of Honor. He said, you ain't doing that. But he didn't really have. Why are you saying damn cow? What'd I do? But the story came out saying that Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor, but then had no plan for Ring of Honor. Now, it's interesting that the week that happens, Chris Jericho is on Dynamite at the beginning of the show as Ring of Honor champion, talking about, I'm going to kick the whole Ring of Honor ass. Yes.
Which
is that Tony Khan talking shit?
The funny shit is we had this conversation right before Dynamite, right?
Yeah.
And then I had to eat everything.
Ate everything.
I had to eat everything that I said.
Put it in the bowl.
Because having Chris Jericho with the Ring of Honor championship shows you that come on, fam.
What, he don't give a fuck is what you're saying?
No, he doesn't know what he's doing.
He doesn't know what he's.
Is that what it is?
I don't know if that's what it is, but that's what I'm gonna say. It is.
It's dumb. So I feel like when he found out Ring of Honor was really for sale, I think Tony Khan said, "How much?"
Shit, we all did.
When they got back to him,
he said, "If I sell enough shirts."
We legit had that conversation, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Tony was like, "Oh, I can do that."
Yeah, I got that. I got that right here. What? I got that right here.
You know what I'm saying? And that for that number, I don't know if I gotta have a plan.
What that was my thing.
The thing was, do remember, Ring of Honor was looking for purchases. However, they were still maneuvering and attempting to force whoever purchased Ring of Honor's hand by having their champion still work after they somewhat went defunct. I mean, did they have that? They had a thing in Dallas. I don't even remember.
Yeah, Supercard of Honor was.
Yeah, they did.
Drip. Can you do? What was the situation at the time when before Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor? What was going on over there?
We had talked about it.
What Drip?
Prior to the Final Battle show, like they announced that they were going to shut down for the time being, and then it was kind of like it was either going to be indefinitely or till Supercard of Honor, and then Tony Khan just kind of like it was in a way like they were looking for a buyer without like saying they were looking for a buyer, because the plan again was like we're going to take some time off after Final Battle, come Supercard of Honor, we're going to pick things back up again. They were.
No, remember they were changing the format to more of a GCW. That's what they were.
Yeah, they were going to start doing the GCW.
We're just going to do events, and we're not going to be weekly in TV, and we're going to change. So they were acting like they weren't going to sell it when they were.
A cycling roster too, like no mainstay. Like so and so's here this month, the next month someone else is here. Yeah, basically treated like how they were before until I think it kind of caught on and became the ROH that we all know, especially in the mid 2000s. But I think they're just doing it one event at a time. But when he bought it, again, it was, I said this in the chat, like I think it was a savior moment for him to be like, I am the man saving the indies.
Right.
That's Corey and Mimi had a great conversation.
That's a narrative.
Yeah, but Corey and Mimi had a great conversation on Turnbuckle, talk about how weird Jericho is in this role. And it's more of an ego thing for him, I think, than I need ROH to have a big time star. And the whole, there's always been the debate about like, is Chris Jericho actually a star outside of wrestling? Sure, he's a rock star, but like he's tried to be in the mainstream on like reality shows numerous times. It's like he's not that guy. Like, you know,
I'm gonna be honest. I think that's because of he's kind of weird looking. And like he doesn't have like a leading man look at all.
He used to,
and he's been washed for quite some time.
Yeah. But what I mean,
like if you were to go up to like 5 random,
even when he wasn't washed,
like 5, you know, I think they had there was an episode about Cheap Heat about this where like they asked like random people to name 5 wrestlers or something like that, or name like 2-3 wrestlers, and it was like Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, The Rock, John Cena, Stone Cold, like the usual suspects. And I don't think someone would name like Chris Jericho because they've seen him on Dancing with the Stars or
he was on there?
Yeah. Because remember when he came back in
WWE,
was like, well, you were dancing with the stars, I was swimming with the sharks. Like,
oh yeah,
so that's the whole thing. But again, he had like 2 other reality shows on ABC. But that's the thing, like you don't remember because it's like he's not that guy. I mean,
but
he looked like a nigga sitting in one of them goddamn VFWs with a gimmick bag,
or Knights of Columbus.
Yeah,
Jesus.
He looks like what a rock star.
Would you like a picture with the champ? You come over here with the old champ. Take your picture.
That's right, Kelly.
Well, wait, because he's got a match with Danielson set up for October 12th, I believe, in Toronto.
We just saw this match 2 times. Like,
what I'm saying is, while that's going on, MJF is beefing with Blackpool, right? It feels like
to wrap it is like he faced Bandito, and that was the ultimate showcase for Bandito again.
Right.
King of the Indies, not known in the mainstream.
Big Lucha World Champion.
That's where Jericho being kind of only mainstream in wrestling, or being only a star in wrestling, he can elevate someone like Bandito in the main event of a Dynamite compared to.
That's what he's there for. That's what Jericho's there for.
As we saw in that match. But as we saw in that match, like Bandito was doing all the work, and Jericho's just like, okay, let's just
Jericho's
take it easy, kid. Like, let's take it easy, kid. Like, you know,
what is he supposed to do?
He's not supposed to be the workhorse champion. Like he's
not supposed to win.
That part.
But at some, I think the thing at some point, and I'm not saying it's right, but I think at least what it looks like is
that's a fact, man.
Tony Khan is building the sports entertainment versus real rap. Because the night
I think Chris Jericho is building that more than Tony Khan.
Stop it. The night that Moxley beat Danielson, what else happened?
He beats his
Wheeler Yuta and MJF they not only did they have a war of words, they had static. That's immediately whatever Stokely's crew and MJF versus Blackpool. And they've been doing that. They ran it back again.
I don't like it.
I'm not saying it's something that I want to see. What I'm saying is that's clearly what they're working towards. They're working towards real rap versus sports entertainment. That's why Chris Jericho has the ROH title, and he's putting on those matches with Bandito and all. He's gonna be facing Danielson again. Come on, that's what it is.
Hold on, cuz I see you ready. You ready to say something? But do either of you remember Sound Bombing 3?
Yes,
I remember. Yes, I remember it was released. I don't remember the songs on it.
Sound Bombing 3 was the one that was kinda when they attempted to.
They tried to make singles.
Mm-hmm.
What were the singles?
Oh no.
Oh
And something else. Oh no was good.
And I've committed
no.
murder, the Macy Gray and Guru record.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely tried to make some singles.
Do you recall that after Soundbombing 3, that was when they folded?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Funny part is earlier, I was thinking of ROH's Ruckus.
That's good. No, that's good.
No, that's synergy.
In this conversation,
that's not good. That's synergy.
Of course,
earlier.
Never mind.
That's 5 years.
Didn't you say this a few months? That maybe sounds not the reference you just made, Matt, but Fam saying rock. That sounds familiar, like Rockets ROH. That might have been said when the first talks of them being on the block came up.
I think what makes sense there is just that you have a bunch of skill-based guys who aren't necessarily natural stars,
and that's it.
Yeah, I mean that's a very, you cannot live on skills alone.
Fact.
Well, that's why previous champs compared before Jericho is Claudio.
But is that Gresham, what they're trying to fix?
And you know what I'm saying? Like it's all those guys again. They are great wrestlers, but they can't talk.
But it's my bad, Cal. It's where the fuck is Mimi at?
Mimi took a
But
hike.
that's the point.
She might be pooping.
Like when all right, yo, I'm done. I'm out of here. All right, y'all.
No, say what you're gonna say.
I'm out of here.
Say what you said.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk on Mimi's pooping.
You wild? Nah, what you was gonna say? Say what you gonna
Yo, that's what it's for. So we've been going back and forth about Dark should be the ROH show when you showcase, or Darkest Elevation, whatever the fuck they call it.
No, Drip said Rampage on one of them should be.
He's right.
He's right.
Shout out Josiah, man.
This should be.
Wait, hold up. Piece of Josiah Williams, something else. Josiah Williams. Salute to
very good.
I don't know.
After you watch this, go watch that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Josiah.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Sesame Street is not Baltimore, man. Y'all cut that out.
Nah, that's trash. I don't think.
Big Duke sounds like Cookie Monster now that you.
You gotta hear him, like you.
Yeah, that's what I'm
trying to make comparisons.
You not let me put him on the Black Rasslin.
You can't make comparisons without hearing him. So I'm saying, like, yo, if you want to showcase these cats,
right,
without, like, yo, you not really giving them no shine, keeping them on Dark.
Of course,
it's not really no shine. Because it's not like, we know that Dark isn't, it's heat.
Yeah.
The fire matches might come on heat, but it's no real,
no push, no
it's nothing.
It's just matches.
Yeah, I sat through a dark taping at Quake by the Lake. It's like, all squash matches. That's what it was. Like the people,
that's exactly what it is, Drew.
They're superstars. Yeah. But that's how you build guys too. This is the thing. I think a great deal of what they do over there is traditional pro wrestling things.
Building.
Like they I think the problem becomes this era of pro wrestling. Some things you are standards, things you'll always be able to do. It's like the song that one person sings and another, they call them standards, right? That a bunch of people sing to prove they can sing, right? But those things are done. But in this era of pro wrestling, you gotta be you gotta be able to do both things, right? Two things have to be true. You gotta be a little bit old school, but you have to be innovative. You have to know. I'm talking booking wise. I'm talking what you're putting your product.
The company.
Yeah. You have to be in a place like you have to have, you got to try to fool the dirt sheets and what's real and what's not, and just let the folks on the internet think they know everything. Mm-hmm. And be like, no, nigga, that's still part of the show. We just use the internet to do it too. And
that's what's happening right now. I'm sorry.
But it's kind of weird because we have to figure out, all right, what are they doing with that belt? Like, what do they need that belt to be?
Right.
They don't want it to be the 24/7 championship. However,
they can't do that. They can't do that.
With so legit question to you, cuz, because you're more of the I want to say optimist when it comes to professional wrestling in general. And that's not a shot, Drip.
right.
No, I'm just, when Mimi was bullying Corey about being so
Nah, Mimi
optimistic
don't
about
fucking know that
booking
shit.
the other.
No, she don't care.
It's like how she got mad at Cal for fantasy booking the whole time. I'm like, I like the
Nah,
fantasy book
you
too.
should be mad because fantasy.
No, we know you like the fantasy book.
That's what I'm saying. So like, I don't want to get, I like point at like, no.
You don't want to drink the Steel Reserve.
I'll drink
Nobody
the Steel
does.
Reserve when we do the
You
Reign of
ain't
Honor.
drinking no goddamn Steel Reserve.
Chris Jericho with the Ring of Honor Championship, is that good for Ring of Honor or not?
Not.
It's the biggest name that's ever held that belt
No.
in pro wrestling.
Hold on.
So,
But answer. Okay.
So, in that aspect, yes.
Hold on. It's the biggest name in pro wrestling or the biggest name in pro wrestling at this date?
I was about to say, because that belt made people who have held it, the Samoa Joes, the Bryan Danielsons, the CM Punks are all names because they were ROH champions.
But these people became stars after holding this belt.
Right.
This is the biggest star before they held that belt.
Word.
Yeah. No, that's the argument. Isn't that the argument you were trying to make, Matt?
Nigga, I don't even know.
Who's the biggest star? All right. So who's the biggest star? Who are the biggest stars that held that belt?
Probably when he was really
Daniel Bryan, Seth
lined up the internet, would have been like Kevin Steen, like during his run. Like he would have probably been one of the
Samoa Joe.
Because I hang on words. So when you say
would we
star,
say Cody Rhodes when he had his brief run?
When you say star, do you mean in
pro
terms
wrestling.
Outside of wrestling?
No, I'm talking in pro wrestling. The big let's take star out of it. This is the biggest name that has the belt, like going into winning the championship. There is no one.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Before they got the belt. Now, yes, people have held that championship and gone on to do amazing things, big things, blah, blah, blah.
But
this is a case we always say people win titles for one of two reasons: to make the wrestler or make the belt.
In this case,
do you believe? Go ahead.
I think it's again ego come into play. This guy never held this title and wanted to hold this title. I think that's what it is.
I don't know. Hey, Drip, is ego what you go off of?
Yes.
It's wrestling. They all got egos.
I don't see. My thing is because the problem with the conversation we had in the chat the other day is Mimi's right.
Yes.
Mimi's right. Tony Khan is definitely not approaching the situation the way you should. If you're going to buy a company, there should be some type of plan to figure out how to best integrate the company.
I think that should is akin to fantasy booking.
I was going to say, let me finish. I think we're in a situation where two things are right. I think, yes, Tony Khan should have had a correct plan in what ROH was supposed to be because of what ROH means for what they're doing week to week on 8. Again, all you have to do is look at the CM Punk MJF angle. They drew so much from CM Punk ROH days that you almost needed some type of cliff notes to kind of understand, well, why did they play this song?
Who is they?
What do you mean?
Who is they that drew this?
Tony Khan, CM Punk, MJF, whoever came up with that storyline. They were doing a lot of references from ROH now. So I think the thing is Tony Khan is the problem is regardless of if Tony Khan had a plan or not, Tony Khan needed to buy ROH because of that type of shit. There's too much going on in AEW right now in regards to what people love watching when they were trading, what they were watching 10 years ago. That's funny. That's a freak. Because the question I had in the chat, the question I kept asking was, what's the alternative? Because if Tony Khan wasn't buying Ring of Honor, Vince McMahon was going to buy Ring of Honor. That's why he bought it. And you wouldn't have this, let alone you would have archival footage on Peacock, maybe some new footage in new documentaries based off of people that were there. Like Kevin Owens would get a new documentary, and you would have all this new ROH footage from what he did. But you wouldn't be getting Death Before Dishonor. You wouldn't be having ROH TV title matches on Raw. That's not how they operate.
What I'm saying, the thing is, Tony Khan didn't need to do none of this shit. He got the video footage.
I disagree, though.
Why did he have to do it, though? But why did he have to do it, though?
Because I think if I got Cuz right, I believe what he's saying is he didn't need to do it because the video library was worth the price of admission. They don't even need. But I think the thing that's different is ROH. I feel like tried to force people's hands. The old actual ROH tried to say, well, do remember Octopus out here with the one belt and then Homeboy out here with the pure title, and you know what I'm saying? So they tried to keep their legacy alive without paying.
But isn't that his property?
But my question is, why did Tony Khan have to do it? Why did Tony Khan have to? That's
wait. Can I answer your question with a question? Do you think Tony Khan is petty?
Yes.
All right. Do you think Tony Khan felt a way when they compared his A show to NXT?
Yes.
But his A show is NXT.
But regardless of that fact, because you said yes to those two questions, don't you think at some point he would want to buy a B show to at the very least say, hey, you can't call my A show your B show because I got this, and then I think
he has his own B show. It's supposed to be the same level as the first show.
But what did he do with it?
What? Hold on. Wait, Trip. What's the B show?
Rampage.
I don't think that. I don't think that's a proper.
Are you?
Mike,
so you tuned in to watch Orange Cassidy versus Arya Davari? Like,
are you comparing Rampage? Wait, Drip.
No, I don't say like that's a good match, but like that's the B show match. Like,
can I ask you a question?
Who he was fighting a woman?
Oh
Drip, do you consider Rampage equivalent to NXT?
Fuck no.
So that's what I'm saying. Then it's not a B show. It's not a B show.
Wait, you mean like NXT right now or like NXT all time?
Wait.
Rampage and Dynamite are Nitro and Thunder. How are they not?
Nah,
that's what the B show is.
Then what are dark? Then what's dark and dark elevation?
Rampage is legit. Just a layover.
I don't think they have a B. I don't think they have
not a B at all.
It's a D.
Again, dark elevation is like this is why so and so.
That's main event
22.
Right? That's main event.
Event.
They don't have
the records.
They don't have an NXT right now. They need an ROH.
So if you buy ROH, you legit have a no show at all. It's not competing. It can't compete with any of this shit.
Right.
It can't.
Right.
So you buy it for the library alone.
Or
you don't have to. Chris Jericho shouldn't have the title at all.
At all.
Wait. But we're talking about like three different things. I think you can buy ROH just for the video library, right?
That's it.
You can buy ROH and say, I'm going to turn this into something. And I think if your thought, because that may not be your thought, but if your thought is I'm going to buy ROH and at some point it's going to be something, of course you're going to get Chris Jericho. I guarantee if CM Punk was playing fair over there, he would be in the Chris Jericho role. I don't think Tony Khan is doing this stuff.
Do you think he'd be ROH champ?
Cal.
CM Punk?
Cal.
He wanted to be the AEW World Champ. That's his downfall.
Yeah. At some point, yes, he's working Jericho there because he doesn't have anybody else that's bigger. Again, like Fam said earlier, who's the person, the biggest name holding the ROH championship is that guy who's got it right now.
The problem is
be CM Punk at some point.
The problem is you have Chris Jericho holding. Who is he losing to? You just beat Bandito.
He's losing.
So is Chris Jericho getting pinned by Speedball Bailey?
No,
but he never. But Bandito, it's also Bandito's first night out on a big show.
AEW, yeah.
He's swimming. You talking about a guppy coming into the big fish pond. He was never winning.
Hold on. What I'm saying, cuz, is where do you draw the line to say we're going to make if you want your company, your B company to be a B? You have to draw the line somewhere. You mean to tell me Bandito isn't the line?
No.
So where else do you go? You go to somebody else from AEW.
Yeah, that's
why.
Because
in order to make anybody with that championship, you have to make the championship first.
And with Chris Jericho, that you just called it the 24/7 title.
No, but that's the thing is, because again, that's why I asked earlier if Tony Khan is petty. That's why I have to use petty. I don't think Chris Jericho's holding that title for any fluke. His whole gimmick the whole year has been sports entertainment versus real rap,
and it's all ass.
Right.
Yeah.
But again,
look at the other champs. Like,
I'm sorry. They should
have been the tag champs in AEW.
I'm sorry.
Summer. They're treading water over there. Samoa Joe's been the television champ. He's been injured, and he took the title.
This motherfucker.
What
he
I'm
took the
saying,
title from Minoru Suzuki, who won it 5 days prior. And then the only title that really matters is the pure title, because they've gone out of their way to be like, that's an NXT title of like
y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing
Garcia and possibly Lee Moriarty. But again, this ROH is just treading water for these guys that might be misused now that they're in AEW. Like, if Andrade would be competing, he'd probably be in the ROH title hunt with
you're not hearing
Claudio and
I'm trying to open your third eye, Drip. What I'm saying is that stat shit is cool. What I'm saying is Tony Khan ain't worrying about that shit. That shit is cute, and you could tweet about that shit all week. Tony Khan's worried about what's going to happen in 6 months after he sat and had this whole
that's the problem.
Proto WWE bullshit versus real rap that he feels is the pure Ring of Honor shit. Once we get past this storyline, it's going to be whoever he handpicks to be that person, whether it's Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia, whoever's going to be holding that title. He grabbed the title from Gresham early and threw it on Claudio, so you already know who he's looking for that Ring of Honor world. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but what I'm saying is you got to see how
he hurt Claudio because he became the guy that you called a hoe.
That's why you don't
year.
But drip. I called him a whole all last year, and guess what? He had that title for 5 fucking minutes, and now they're really putting work with somebody who they feel can put that title over for whoever they want.
Put the title over because they're going to put him in the matches with the guys that can work circles around him.
All right, but
it's not going to be Claudio, is it?
Wait, though. Let me ask
Claudio and Takeshita and Dax Harwood, like the Claudio match.
You brought up Claudio. Claudio ain't nowhere near this conversation right now.
It's why it's the 24/7 title, like Fam said, because they took it off of Gresham because he wasn't going to play 20.
They didn't give an F. They had no respect for Gresham or what he meant as the champion or that actual belt. So they're building it into what this is WWEECW.
Thank
what
you.
This is.
Wait,
That's exactly what this is.
Where?
WWECW. Remember what? Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember when WWE bought ECW and it became this homogenized
Bobby Lashley was the champion.
No, that's not when they bought it. When they revived it, Calvin. Because when they bought it, was that they revived it in 06 because of One Night Stand. That's what this is. Like, Big Show is the champ.
Trace
the Big
the
Show
lineage,
was the champ.
trace the lineage to whatever the title became when Ezekiel Jackson won it on the last show, and then they deaded the whole promotion. That 1-2 year period, whatever you call that, WWECW. It was Vince's vision of what he thought ECW should be. This little rogue company,
and it was wrong.
I think this
don't
could very well be
disagree.
the same thing.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying.
It's wrong.
I agree.
So let me ask everybody: who would you like to see as ECW? I'm sorry, as Ring of Honor.
Right.
No, I know what you meant.
Ass, nigga. I don't know. Just incredible.
Man, shout out, rest in peace to Mike.
Mike Awesome.
Yes. Nah, but who would you like to see as the next ROH champion, and why would it make sense?
It's the man who
Me.
led the.
Nothing makes sense until the business gets right.
I like that.
So this conversation is absolutely pointless until the business gets right.
Hold on. Don't come in here like my mom.
But what do you mean
No, she's right,
what do you
because I
mean?
could say Bandito because he was the champ before and he had the match.
Don't do that.
Nobody's over. Nobody's really over.
No one knows who he is yet.
People start, wrestling. You see them on TV. They disappear for a little bit. Some drama happens. Some scrum here. Some this there. Some promo there. They're the hottest thing. They're the hottest thing for a hot minute. And then what?
Right.
And then what? And then we're back to the same thing all over again.
Scrummed on and scrummed out. But I think
it makes no sense.
So what do you? So all right. So I guess my question, Mimi, is what do you do? How do you rectify that?
What I like what you said about the ultimate indie thing. I like that. They should have combined Dark with ROH.
Right.
They should have focused on getting an app. They should have focused on all the things to make it easy for fans, newer fans, to access their things, because $50 a pay-per-view is absolutely crazy.
They're not budging on that pay-per-view number at all.
No. So that's one, right? When we talk about Progress, Progress lived on the network, right? And now it lives on Peacock.
Shut up, Kelly.
I'm just saying.
Nah.
Like it could have been a situation where they could have been on somebody's app and ROH could have lived on the app. And Dark could have lived on the app and they could have made money at the same time.
Well, what do you when you have all right, so ROH is on the app. Piece of the super chat. Yeah, of course. Mimi speaking straight facts from Rattler Steve. Shout out to the super. But I guess the question is, who's your champion in that era when you have ROH on the app trying to develop it? Who do you book?
You can't. You have the champion means nothing right now. It means nothing. They should have kept it on Gresham. I was starting to hear about Gresham. And I don't even watch ROH.
That's a fact.
That's true.
They should have just kept it on him, built him, continue to build him, he would have made that championship. Man, Jericho's not making no championship.
He's not.
He's a joke. Like, I'm laughing at him right now. And that's just me. This is just my opinion. You know what I mean?
It's one way to do it.
If you know football, Jonathan Gresham
Ken Lewis
is wild.
Ken Lewis.
Cut this shit out, though.
Oh, wait
till I see you,
Ken Lewis ain't wrong. We are big podding right now. That's what I like to see. We are big podding.
Ken Lewis.
We are big.
Don't break. Listen. The super chat
don't break the bank
is the sponsor. The super chat is the sponsor. Don't break. Do not break it.
We can be at work every day, all day.
Make sure you can still be
Ken definitely work hard for the money.
Yes.
He be singing,
my nigga.
And that's
fuck out of here. Yo.
I need my nails done.
That's crazy, Shug. That's crazy.
And what he's saying is like,
so if you know football, I feel like Jonathan Gresham was Tua last year, right? Because you had a coach that didn't pick this nigga and didn't see the value in him.
Right.
Right. So now that coach, they gone. Them people gone. Now you got this new guy in a whole nother situation.
Mike McD.
So he possibly could have thrived, but if this system doesn't see value in the guy that they shoved down your throat as former champion from the last situation, it's like you going in your new girl house and she trying to wear her old nigga hoodie. Like, nah, take that off.
You're right.
No.
But
Go ahead, wear that.
here's the thing.
because you ain't getting mine.
People to come in. They need people to come in. But they need people to come in to like he needs a mentor. Like,
oh, really?
He needs somebody to come in to teach him how to properly run a wrestling business.
Cody Rhodes.
Fuck that up.
Cody Rhodes. That's who y'all think should be running.
Wait.
He's got even more legends in there right now.
Like who? Name some people.
Tully, all of what?
Tully's not holding that title.
No, he's gone.
Not holding the title. What I'm saying is they came up under Vince. They came up under Vince in the behind the scenes, so they know how these things work.
But y'all talking about everybody except of who should be holding the championship.
You can't go.
I'm gonna tell you who should be.
But wait, because it's at some point. I'm not reading that aloud. I'm not acknowledging that. Somebody threw that on my timeline the other day, and I'm probably pissed off.
I'm not mad at Lou Chu. Lou.
Is her OnlyFans? Does that go under Ebony? Keep going. I'm sorry.
I don't think so.
I asked that question.
That's still material here, fam.
Cal.
That's a terrible question.
Cal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the problem. The problem with motherfucking Tony Khan.
The one problem or multiple?
Relax, sir. You've been at it all day.
They're not.
Gun jumping, yo.
The one problem is he's a fan.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Big fan.
Cut that bullshit out.
Of course.
Cut that fan shit out. I don't give a fuck.
He's fantasy.
If Daniel Bryan was this champion and this champ, I don't care.
I feel you.
If you're going to make Daniel Garcia your champ, make him the champion. So then we can start this shit all the way the fuck over.
Right.
All that history shit.
But they got a TV deal.
Yeah, you can't do
that. Throws a fork in everything.
Hold on.
TV deal? Them having a TV deal?
They need a name.
Niggas with the T. What I'm saying is, these niggas is stuck on. If you got a TV deal, go with your TV deal. If we see fucking Chris Jericho, that's just what it is. They're trying to keep up with a mystique or a we're going to revisit history. And do you recall this story? I don't give a fuck about this storyline. I don't care that CM Punk had these shorts on. I don't give a fuck if Daniel Bryan had the pure and the world title. Don't try to revisit that shit.
Wait, wasn't kind of the point you're making yesterday? Like, isn't this the same audience? Isn't one the cheeseburger and one the fries to go with it? Because they're always the same thing.
We're talking about why he purchased ROH.
You don't
out of spite.
That's
the fans that watch ROH probably definitely watched AEW from the beginning. So these storylines make sense.
You're trying to play to once you brought you bought this shit. Stop trying to play into the history of it.
But you're telling him not to be who he is, though.
No. Also, let's be honest. But
you're telling him not to be who he is. That's why he's a pro wrestling booker right now.
This is why you're failing.
But this is also, you got to remember, this is what a big deal of his audience wants. His audience
fantasy booking.
Who the fuck said that? This is why your audience is an audience and not an owner.
That's right.
But there isn't a day that goes by that I don't hear something about Brett and Sean or the Attitude Era was this and that, or
Right.
remember the nostalgia dopamine is the dope for the
Right.
wrestling fans.
Right.
Like that is, and so that's what they dealing is nostalgia.
You know why? Because
not working.
nothing new is happening.
No,
cuz.
not working.
all of this is correct, but you can't. I think the problem is, I should say the problem. I think the thing is you can't negate the fact that the stuff you're saying, you can't. I don't care about fantasy. You shouldn't be booking for that. That's what he does. Again, if you look at the CM Punk MJF angle, it was so referential.
Yes.
To the point where there were people tweeting, why is this song playing with CM Punk's coming out? Why is he wearing these clothes? And then they have to have the pack like that. Like regardless, I understand what Mimi's saying. I understand what Drip's saying. I understand what Mav's saying. But what I'm saying is
Niggas just went crazy for Drew McIntyre old music 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's a reason why when niggas look up, when Tony, you know what I mean? When
Edge came
when
back with the Brood
up,
entrance and people lost their fucking minds. Like,
Yes.
Nostalgia
dopamine
when a coach look up, when a coach look up,
no, don't pull that. It's Cody Rhodes is different over there, and he's different here, and it's the same shit.
I didn't say anything about Cody
when a
Rhodes.
coach, when a coach looks up, and that nigga is down by 2 touchdowns in the playoffs, you have to look up and say, we have to make an adjustment.
That's right.
You're not going to last with this bullshit.
Or you're not going to progress. It's all about progress.
So
he's gonna stay right there.
So when the new niggas come in, I don't understand this nostalgic shit. I don't know if ROH is. And these niggas over here showing me motherfucking Carmelo and Ricochet. Ain't no history there.
Right.
First thing I'm going to do is watch Carmelo and Ricochet.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about history. These niggas is jumping all over the ring.
That's right.
So when you look at the scoreboard and you're down,
but nigga,
you're down, you're losing.
I agree with you, cuz, but I think your example was bad. And
okay, go ahead.
Is who you should put there is Roman Reigns and the best storytelling in pro wrestling that's going on right now.
Cuz nigga, that mean they losing bigger than what I said. It's bigger than 2 touchdowns.
Right.
Because you can't listen.
But that's what they'll never be able to do is something like that.
It's way easier, and I know a lot of folks will balk at this, but it's way easier to give you a high quality pro wrestling match than it is to give you like a great 5-star match. You know what I mean? What you're gonna get from Ricochet and Melo is great.
You're right.
But Tony Khan can do that now. Tony Khan can do. He cannot do what they're doing on Friday night with Sami Zayn and goddamn Roman Reigns, who are probably the two best characters. You are 100% right.
So you're down more than 2 touchdowns, nigga.
Yeah.
And you sitting here trying to feed me and dance.
And you're feeding me.
He ain't feeding you.
Came out to this song.
He's not feeding you.
Fuck about this song.
Math.
And they had a chance to reset. They had a chance to reset super chat. They had a chance to reset, and they didn't take the bait.
But wait, I'm sorry, math. He's not feeding you. If that's how you're thinking about it, you're talking to a steakhouse. It's being as someone who doesn't eat meat.
I don't eat meat.
That's what I'm saying. He's not feeding you. He's not feeding you.
No, you're right. You're right.
I think the thing is, and I say this. I want to say this as somebody who I don't watch Being the Elite. I don't get into all of the.
It's a reason.
I don't get into like the 7 years of why this joke makes sense because it's been passed down through all these people. But
you don't eat meat either.
I don't eat in this instance. I do not eat meat. But what I'm saying is, they're catering to the
You
meat
like pork
eater.
rinds with his steel reserve.
I got pork rinds over here. They're catering to the meat eaters.
Yeah.
Being the elite is all that. Being the elite is made for people who are looking for Easter eggs or looking for the meta references and all of that stuff. And those are that's the base.
Cal.
What?
Cal. My nigga. That audience is so niche.
You boxed yourself.
In 5 years, you won't be here.
Nope.
But if they all buy a T-shirt and all buy the pay-per-view,
Cal.
Even then,
in 5 years.
Even then, 3 years later, you're saying no. Even then, right?
We're saying rest in peace. Do you recall when AEW was a thing? You're on a T-shirt.
I'm confused though. So they built a foundation where they're the ones that are.
I think their story will last longer than the TNA. TNA.
I mean, I can't even.
If TNA is still kicking because TNA ain't trying to. They're not trying to revisit.
They did. Yeah, they went through all that.
Didn't they have to lean on AEW?
No, what I'm saying is they're not trying to revisit AJ Styles. You don't see the Main Street Mafia. You don't see the main suit mafia or the Steve Harvey suit mafia.
No, I saw Kenny Omega and
you mean the main event mafia? That was
you know what I meant. You know what I meant.
Can you only buy the pay-per-view on the the Bleacher Report app?
You cannot buy pay-per-view. No,
you can't send the money to.
You can't just stream it. You have to buy the pay-per-views when they come out.
So you can't even buy it on cable.
Math
you know how like you can just charge it to your cable bill? You can't do that, right?
I think you can, but I don't think they don't have any like months later. I don't think you can just go buy it.
If you need the pay-per-view, go to Math 1854.
Yeah, I was about to say.
He said.
I think it's available on PlayStation too.
Or like Fight TV or something.
I don't think PlayStation, like Xbox. I think you can buy it like other places on like besides BR Live. I think you can buy.
You
like
can't
Fight
just
TV.
go to like Netflix or HBO Max or something.
No. Meaning you can't go on Optimum Online or a.
I have no idea.
I don't think so. I think there's dedicated spots for it.
Did you say
Spectrum?
Wait, Ringside Club. You could buy it on cable. Like you could buy All Out right now on cable.
I'm ready to say if me.
I would imagine so. But I have.
Like you could buy them the night of.
I can't stand you. Okay.
Anyway,
but they showed us who they are and what they're going to be with Forbidden Door. Like that's what they'll care about, is doing the stuff WWE will not never do, but never really care to do. Like
but
the ultimate fantasy booking show is going to occurred right after Double or Nothing, and the build up to it was so like here these guys are all here. Like here you go. Like
it's the reason why. Drip.
Vinny in the here with that
this is crazy. Drip, it's a reason why. You see Vince McMahon to WWE to Saudi Arabia, right?
You said what?
Vince McMahon took WWE to Saudi Arabia. Motherfuckers was calling this blood money.
That's right, Chris.
Blood money.
If the WWE doesn't do it, there's a reason why.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about your door. They don't give a fuck about these other, because they would have already done it.
They already have done it.
They would have already done it.
They have done it.
So again, in the context of doing Forbidden Door, paid off the stuff on being the elite, like Jay White, Adam Cole, our former Bullet Club, John Moxley's been after Tanahashi the whole time since he left WWE.
WWE's tried the nostalgia stuff, and a lot of it fell flat.
That's Smoky Mountain.
A lot of it fell flat, but they were already too big of a train to stop. Right? They are already going. They're too big. We've said this. I know I've said this several times on this here platform that they are both pro wrestling companies, but they are not exactly doing the same thing.
They're clearly not. No, they're definitely not doing the same thing at all.
And they're in trouble because Trips is back.
Well,
he understands business and he thinks like a wrestler.
Well, not back.
But that's not why they're in trouble. They're in trouble because the WWE when Triple H gets there, switches the polarity of everything, where everything is
What's polarity mean?
Drip. What's polarity?
People working on two ends. It's one way. So it switches to the honeymoon phase, pointing toward the WWE. So all that praise that people were heaping, all this tribalism that goes on, and everybody was heaping all this praise on what AEW does. They have all this BS happen all at once. And at the same time, they have a shift where people see a brand new day, pardon the expression, over in WWE with Hunter running stuff. And so everything switches all of a sudden. And it's kind of like where the momentum in a football game works, where if one thing goes right, a second thing is going to go right. And you're going to start winning the game. And
yeah, like if you're a quarterback,
they were never losing though. They were never
into
losing.
the end zone.
They were never losing. They were never losing.
Polarity.
Even though, you know what I find about fans? Fans say a lot of stuff online, but they do something completely different behind closed doors.
Oh.
I don't care what
Are you saying you root for AEW behind closed doors?
No, she's
Absolutely not.
Closet WWE fans out there.
She does not like green eggs and ham.
No.
Sidebar.
Like them, maybe she am.